Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, I want to start with something from my other podcast, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. You can find that podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Check this out, a clip from Comedy Quick Hits with Opie.
I don't do that crap. That's why I just hung up the phone. I was like, you know what? I gotta go.
Yeah, but
it's not my style, guys. It may be your style, but it ain't mine.
But you look like a pussy just hanging up. We were totally confused. You didn't even say the first time you're on the phone, hey guys, I thought we agreed to this. You know what? I'm telling you, man to man, that it never got to us that we couldn't talk about Pam because you know what? We wouldn't have agreed to this interview.
You call me a pussy, I'm hanging up.
Pussy.
Jesus.
Wow, we need Tommy Lee to make a good radio show.
If you say that, I'll take my ball and not play.
I know, man. You know.
There you go. A clip from Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. It has its own podcast feed wherever you get your podcast. Please subscribe to that one as well. Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. With that, we say good morning, everybody. Welcome to another fine little live stream way out east on Long Island. I couldn't do it yesterday because it was, it was brutally, brutally bad weather. Does that make sense? Brutally bad weather at CBGB's this weekend. No, the rain was horrendous. It was coming down sideways. And my thing is I want to live stream from my deck in the summertime. So if I'm not on, it basically means the weather is not cooperating. All right. With that, I say good morning to Robert Cowling. Good morning, Cupcake and crew. Good morning, sir. Don't forget sending stars and super chats. Yes, that motivates me. Of course it does. What's up, Gail? Good morning to you. Good morning, Jason. How are you? Aluminum, what's up? John Courts down there in Philly. What's going on? How are you, brother? Hope you're doing all right. First, Aluminum Tarmac says first. I think you were first on the whole damn thing. All right, you get the bragging rights today, Aluminum. Who's watching the Olympics? Anybody watching the Olympics? I think they're dull. I don't know what's going on, but I think the Olympics are dull. I think it sucks when you kind of know the results before they do their night coverage. It takes away from the whole damn thing. And then I don't know what's going on with the beach volleyball. They made the women wear pants. And the ratings plummeted 98.99%. No one's watching beach volleyball anymore. We watched because we liked watching the ladies, the gals, pulling out wedgies in between shots. And then you go to the gymnastics there, right? And they're wearing footy pajamas. Why are they wearing footy pajamas? What's going on with the Olympics? Are they too woke, man? They're woke. They're probably too woke for most people, don't you think? I think so. Oh, Richie Rich. It's too early for Who the Man. Richie Rich. Morning. Who the Man. Oh, my God. Am I going to be stumped? Who the Man. I'm going to go with Brittany Griner. What? I don't know. I pulled that one out of my wedgie because I still wear my tiny little bikini when I'm doing my beach volleyball. Of course I do. No, I don't. Don't start that. No, I don't do that. Don't start that. No, don't do it. I think Brittany Griner, for the simple fact, sometimes the who the man is just basic, simple stuff. And the women's basketball team, they had to play Japan yesterday, and Brittany Griner. I don't know. She's a giant, and she has a deeper voice than me, and she walks around shirtless. But I guess she's a woman. I don't know. I don't know what defines a woman in 2024. That's up to you. Thank God. But I think Brittany Griner's the man, and don't get pissed off at this for the simple fact. Look, we're going to dumb it down for you. That the women's basketball team had to play Japan, and Brittany Griner looked like Godzilla in Tokyo. Oh my God! So I think I'm going to give it to her today, Richie Rich. If you haven't seen the pictures of the women's basketball team playing Japan and the height difference, please, I mean, that's the fun stuff. That's the fun stuff that gets us away from fighting whether it's going to be Trump or Harris. Trump or Harris. Who's weirder, Trump or Harris? Trump or Harris? Man, those Republicans are weird. It's not the worst marketing campaign because now everyone's coming out and pointing out why the Republicans are weird. And then the Republicans are like, oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? What about you guys? You guys are also weird. So now we're fighting over who's weirder, the Republicans or the Democrats. My God. But Richie Rich, good to see you, my brother. Scott Arsenal, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, look at how the styles have changed since back in the day. Opie looking very Metro in the thumbnail there. Metro, is that good? Oh, Metro in what thumbnail? Wait, is Metro good or bad? Metro good or bad? Metro good or bad? Are you talking about one of my thumbnails where I had my COVID hair and I grew out my hair for the last time? The next time my hair will be that long, it'll be in a goddamn coffin somewhere. But during the COVID, I grew my hair out long. I grew it down to my shoulders. And a lot of people grew their hair down to their shoulders during the COVID. And then my young daughter, she was, I guess, 8 at the time. She was cutting my hair every night. It was a mess. And then I decided, I look good in this picture, and that's my avatar. I'm going to change my avatar now because of you, because I don't want to be known as a Metro, I don't think. Is that a metrosexual? What's a metrosexual? Is that good? Is it good to be a metrosexual? Look, I don't get my nails done. I'm not a metrosexual. Wasn't that around the time we all took those colon pills E-Rock was peddling? Can't remember the name of them. Wow, that's I just read that. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you want to explain, that would be wonderful there. Like I said, most people know more about the Opie and Anthony world than I do at this point. So maybe explain my own show to me. That would be great. All right. Good day from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Green Bay, Wisconsin's a swing state. And who are they going to vote for? They're going to vote for the Harris or the Trumpster. It's a swing state. And then, the celebrity endorsements are coming in like crazy. And the dude, who's the dude? Jeff Bridges? The dude says he's going to be voting for the Kamala Harris. And then someone on my Twitter, just brilliant. Let me read his tweet because I'm going to mess it up. Give me a second to get to my Twitter. So the dude, Jeff Bridges, he goes, whoa, hey, what's up with that? I don't want, whoa, what are you doing to me? I just want to go to my Twitter. Jeez. Now stop it. When you open up your app it starts playing loud music. Oh my God, now it's me. Sorry. We'll get it together. I promise we'll get it together. Let me see. Well, I see Kevin Bacon's doing rock blocks. We should get into that as well. Kevin Bacon has decided that we're going to put three songs together every Monday. Kevin Bacon, if you don't know, is doing rock blocks. I wonder if he's going to be doing a 2 for Tuesday soon as well, or maybe the 5 o'clock traffic jam on your home of rock and roll. But anyway, Jeff Bridges, the dude, says that he's voting for Kamala Harris, right? And then this guy, Radio Dan NYC, man, he tweets he's voting for the party that will allow him to finally turn into the chick. That is a brilliant tweet right there, my friends. And then I wrote, whether you're for or against Kamala Harris, this is hilarious, which is true. That's why I think we do it a little different on our live stream. We got the Trumpers in here. We got the Kamala Harris people in here. We got the Biden people in here. We got the RFK people in here. Well, yeah, we do a little fighting and stuff, but we also try to find a little common ground. And more importantly, we try to find the silliness and the humor of the whole goddamn thing. All right? All right. Hi, Linda. Good to see you, Linda. Jedi Grind, $10. Morning, Greg. Looks cold out today. It's actually very, very nice. We'll take anything today because the one thing about living way out east on Long Island, look, I know. Before I say what I'm about to say, I'm going to go, I know. But when it rains at a beach town, there is nothing else to do. And you literally just sit in your stupid house and pull all your hangnails out where you can't even hold a cup of coffee anymore because everything hurts. That's what we did yesterday. It was boring. Why do you think I'm talking so fast and quick today? I'm excited to be back in front of y'all. Do you think you could live outside a city? Vince, what do you think? No, I don't think I can live outside a city. Looks around, looks to his left, looks to his right. Vince, where have you been, Vince? Are you new to this whole damn thing, Vince? I live at the ocean for 3 months in the summer, solid, without stopping. And then we do at least another 2 months a year out here. So I pretty much split my time almost 50-50 between here and New York City. So, yes, I think I can live outside a city center. Michael, good morning to you. Mike Bergen Jr., one of mine. Mike Bergen Jr. is one of mine. Leave him alone. He ain't going anywhere. He's like the ambassador. What's your title, Mike? What? You need a title for the private Facebook group. What do you want your title to be? Ambassador, recruiter, top recruiter? I just know he's a good egg, that Mike Bergen Jr. Andy Volling, good morning to you. John Courts, just broadcast the Olympics in real time. It's not like they're on Mars, stupid night coverage. I agree with you. But they're trying to get their ratings for their night coverage. It just stinks. They're trying to package everything. They're trying to inspire us. Stop inspiring us. No one's getting inspired by the kayak slalom. Just show the stupid stuff. Thank you. You're 100% right, man. I'm trying to watch the Olympics. I'm trying. I don't know. They had men's gymnastics on yesterday. I was like, no, why would I watch this? No. And then they had the equestrian stuff. Yeah, we could all be inspired by the equestrian people, right? You need a mere $3 million just to get into the sport. But yeah, we can all do that. We can all be inspired by that. William Howard Taff. Hey, Hope, good to see you streaming, bro. How you doing? I've been streaming for years, William. Are you just finally figuring this out? No, welcome to our little crew. I got a guest today. It's Ron the waiter.
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Ron,
can you hear me? All right, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine,
yeah.
Ron.
Yeah.
Ron the waiter. I just got to warn you, Ron. There's a bounty on your head. There's look, I'm gonna be straight with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just about everyone on my live stream likes you on this thing. All right. So, but there's one guy that doesn't like you. And I said, look, you give me $100. He has to give the 100. If he gives me the $100. Yeah, I have to get rid of you immediately. So there's a little bounty on your head today.
Take the money. Honestly, take the money.
Ron,
I know. This is the guy from last time. I know who this guy is.
It's one guy. Maybe.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Maybe a splattering of people don't. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't have you on if I didn't think you were doing good, Ron. You know that.
No, I know. But I know who this guy is. Free Palestine, buddy.
Oh, my God.
We know who that fucker is.
But if he or anyone else gives a $100 donation, the rule is I got to take you off the stream immediately. And, of course, I will pass the savings on to you. You'll get a fine draft from Gephardt's Beer Culture.
I guess this mug doesn't really work anymore. I just realized I have a Joe Biden. I'm doing a Joe Biden 2024 or Brandon mug.
No, that's dark Biden or dark Brandon or whatever they say.
Something like, yeah.
So, all right, we're trying to figure out what party's weirder. Ron, what party is weirder? Because let me explain to you. I think he was a senator out of Minnesota, I think. He came up with this thing where he says the Republicans are just weird. And now the internet is taking that like crazy. There's a trending hashtag called weird as, well, the kids say weird AF. And then the Republicans are like, F that, you guys are weird. And they're showing like examples of the Democrats being weird. So to you, Ron the waiter, which political party is weirder?
First of all, it's not the senator from Minnesota, it's the governor. I like him. He's a former Army guy, former teacher. First of all, which party's weirder? How about the party that says there are Jewish lasers in space starting wildfires in California? Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? That's the Republican Party right there. We have Jewish lasers in space. I wish we did, actually.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. I want to take some shots at her, but the fact is, she could shots meaning verbally relax everybody. I like to take some shots at her because I think she's a bit out of her effing mind, but she also knows how to lift a Volkswagen fucking bug in a garage.
It looks like she has steroids acne. Like her skin's just not. Her skin's weird. I think it's from the steroids.
You think it's steroids?
Yeah.
It might be the
steroids.
So. Hey, John Corch, $4.99. Welcome to the new members of the private Facebook group. We are building. I think we're at 90. We're trying to get to 100. That's pretty awesome. I like that.
Sure.
So you don't believe in the space lasers?
No. And by the way, I think the Republicans are shitting in their pants choosing J.D. Vance as their running mate.
Yeah, but if you say that's a bad choice, then people say you're against the Trumpster. But the fact is, I think it's a horrible choice for his VP. I think he thought he had a cakewalk to the presidency. He still might. I don't know. It's getting pretty close out there. And then he picks J.D. Vance. He doubles down. He doubles down with his agenda instead of finding a guy that might bring in some of the wishy-washy people.
He doubled down with J.D. Vance when Joe Biden was still in the race and was still the Democratic nominee.
Right.
They said if they knew that Joe Biden was going to drop out and Kamala Harris was going to be the presidential nominee, they would have reached out to what's her name, Nikki Haley, to counterbalance. Yeah.
Well, Nikki Haley openly said she did not like Trump, and then she had to be a phony in front of the RNC and then endorse the Trump because she cares about her political career. But she's another political phony. Phonies on both sides, by the way. Let's be honest. But that would have been a great VP pick.
And she would have accepted it. You don't turn down a vice presidential pick.
Of course.
And that would have made her the lead Republican nominee for the next presidential election.
Exactly. Parker gave us $2. Just heard Tommy Lee hanging up on O&A. I hate him. That clip is part of the latest episode of my other podcast. It has its own podcast feed. It's called Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. Ron has been featured on Comedy Quick Hits with Opie, by the way.
I'm a big star now.
Well, let's slow down, dude. We're talking to 540 people right now.
Oh, you know what I wanted to bring up before I forget, because you're an Astoria boy.
Yeah.
Everyone's very sad here. Very, very sad.
Why?
I'm sure you've been there. The Neptune Diner closed on Sunday. You know the Neptune Diner? Very famous.
I think it's a diner that's been there for, God, I would say 70 years.
Yeah, it's like 4 generations of the same Greek family.
Right. Why did they close?
So do you know the spot? It's right off the highway there. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's right beside Staples.
Yeah, I know of the Neptune Diner. It's a staple in Astoria. Is it because too many Asian people are moving into the area and they don't want their Greek diner food? Ron, let's get into this. What's going on in our neighborhood? Well, I can't read the signs anymore.
Asians love eggs, so that's probably not why. Have you eaten there before? I'm sure you have.
I honestly don't know.
Oh, really? Yeah.
My answer would be I honestly don't know. And if I did, it was many, many years ago when we were still visiting the old neighborhood in Astoria. I was born in Astoria, Queens.
Right. Just to give some people context, Greeks invented diners, essentially. You know what I mean? So Neptune Diner was the epitome of the quintessential Greek diner, where the menu, you had to hold the menu in 2 hands. The menu was the size of one of those signs on the highway. And, right. And it was 7 pages long. And honestly, it's the best Reuben I ever had was at the Neptune Diner. But so the question is, why are they closing? They own the land, by the way. So
well, good for them. They must be Jewish also then.
I'm sorry. No, they don't own the land. They own the building. They own Neptune.
They own the building.
Sorry. And the landowners are not going to renew the lease because they want to put up residential buildings instead.
Oh, that's good. You know, that stupid menu, though, man, it gives me anxiety. That's why I don't go to diners too much. You look through the menu, page after page. By the way, that's also a distraction. The Greeks are smart. That was the distraction, so you don't know what's going on with the
Dude, I need the cliff notes to the menu. It's huge.
Yeah. Thank you for interrupting what I was about to say, because it was going to be way over the top. I was going to talk about something else the Greeks invented. But anyway, so then the menu's like this, and all of a sudden, by the end of the menu, you're like, there's 5 things I want as entrees. Yeah. And now you're all stressed, because then you can't pick a good one, because then as you pick one of them, then you're wondering the whole time if you should have picked the other 4.
Yeah, and they got the pictures of the dish on the menu. That's why the menu's so good. Yeah.
Mike Bergen Jr. wants to be called the Grand Master. So Mike Bergen is the Grand Master of the private Facebook group, Ron.
You mean the Grand Wizard Master? Be careful.
No, he's not dumb. He just wants to be called the Grand Master.
All right. We'll keep the word wizard out of it.
And he's got a double here. He says pansy is the word of the month, by the way. Pansy.
Pansy? I haven't heard that in a while. You pansy.
We're trying to bring back the word pansy because you're not really allowed to say anything else. And I think the word pansy has fallen through the cracks. You know, the woke people, man. I don't think they have discovered the word pansy yet.
We should bring back the word douche.
Douche?
You douche.
Hey, why am I not on Facebook today? Did I screw up something? I don't know. Whatever. Facebook hates my guts. Hey, are you watching the Olympics, Ron?
I saw the Last Supper. The drag queen version was very nice. Is that is that what the controversy is? They did like the Last Supper and a drag queen.
Well, supposedly now it's coming out that it really wasn't the Last Supper and it's some Greek thing, because the Olympics were invented by the Greeks, and then Jennifer Ferris came in here with all her knowledge and bothered everybody with her stupid PhDs and her art knowledge, and basically she told me something, and how it comes out today is that it's like it really wasn't the actual Last Supper. It's some kind of Greek mythology. I don't know. So it really wasn't even officially the Last Supper, and everyone lost their effing minds over it.
So it was a Greek thing, and it was the Last Supper. So once again, the Greeks and the diners, I swear to God.
The Greeks and the diners. Well, it's all about the Greeks because the Olympics are on. So, yeah.
And don't forget, they invented the toga.
Well, why would they invent the toga? That's creepy. Togas are creepy. I wore a toga once because I was in a fraternity. We thought it was a good idea to have kind of an Animal House themed party, and we all looked ridiculous. We looked stupid.
I've done it. I've done a toga theme party. They're very comfortable, by the way.
Yeah, but unless you're like John Belushi, you look ridiculous in a toga. He's the only guy that was able to pull off, the toga.
Toga.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not watching the Olympics? You're not being inspired, Ron the Vader?
I watched the men. I watched the USA men's beat Serbia. I enjoy watching, honestly, not to be like creepy, but like I really do enjoy watching the women play. They're very. It's they got the water polo.
Dude, the water polo.
By the way,
I gotta interrupt you. The water polo underwater shots are the most amazing technology known to man. They figured out how to get a camera under the water, and you get to see water polo heinies. It's fantastic.
And I enjoy it every now and then when they'll pick their uniform out of their tuchus.
Well, that's what the beach volleyball was all about. In between every point, they were pulling their wedgies out. And now they're wearing pants. They got pants on. It's the only way to describe it. They lost the bikinis. We were watching because of the heiny shots.
What's going on?
While you're like, oh, that was kind of a cool point, and then they would go right to the heiny shot.
Yeah.
The ratings for the women's beach volleyball have plummeted by 99.6782%.
I watched
now.
I watched USA versus France women's rugby. Good Lord. Those are men. Those are the toughest women I've ever seen in my life. They literally are breaking bones.
rugby is an amazing sport. My brother played it. I was too scared. They're animals. Watching rugby players is unbelievable. And I supposedly, even though they're not wearing any pads or anything like that, I read once many years ago that there are less injuries in rugby because of the fact that they're not wearing helmets and whatnot. So they're kind of protecting their heads because they know they can't use their head in the sport.
So I played in high school. I was tri-captain of the football team, Division I. We won the state championship, but I'm only 5'10", and I went to Northeastern University. And I was just way too small to play football at Northeastern University. So I ended up playing rugby. I played rugby for Northeastern University, and we were playing Harvard, and I got seriously fucking injured. So I was an outside center. An outside center in rugby is essentially you're a linebacker and you're a running back. That's really the position you are. And when you advance the ball in rugby, you have to put it back. You have to swing it backwards. The ball has to be advanced by the ball going backwards to the person behind you.
Yeah.
So I had the ball in my hands, and I took the ball and I pivoted the ball to the person behind me, which exposed my left shoulder.
Ouch.
And then 3 giant Harvard guys tackled me. And when I got up, I couldn't see my left arm. My left arm was in my back.
Oh my God.
So when you dislocate your shoulder, you always dislocate it in the front because there's the socket, the ball, the socket of your shoulder is in the front. So your shoulder will pop out in the front.
Right.
Dude, my shoulder popped out the back. It went through the muscle.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, I didn't feel any pain at first, and I was like, "Yo, where's my arm?" and they had to take me to the hospital. I started going into shock from the pain. But so I got
supposedly, and I never want to know this, but supposedly, the pain could be so bad on an injury that you don't feel it.
I didn't feel it until I got into the emergency room, and there was a couple guys with me, and they were gonna start to cut the rugby shirt off. And the guy's like, "No, you can't cut it. No, that." So like, "No, you can't cut it." Like, "Sir, that's an expensive shirt." So taking the shirt off without cutting it was like I almost passed out from the pain, and I started I started shaking and hyperventilating, and then the doctor, who was a woman, yelled at me.
Yeah.
And essentially was like, she was mean. She's like, "Just stop it. You're working yourself up. Knock it off." Like she was telling me, like, you're going to be okay. But
is that the reason why you're a drug addict now?
I'll tell you what, though, if I stay, yeah, that was my first introduction into the perkies. No, they don't give you pain medication for that.
Because everyone, our whole society, they're sensitive babies, incredible babies out there. So obviously, I take the fentanyl situation in America very, very seriously. And sad to say, I know a couple people that didn't make it because of the fentanyl in my life alone. But we also got to try to be a little funny here, a little bit. Yeah. Wow. And by the way, I learned that where an injury could be so painful you don't feel it. I learned that on the Bear TV show. I'm watching the Bear.
Yeah, I think it's like it's a defense mechanism for your nervous system. Or you could, I had the owner of Pete's Tavern, has a liver transplant, so he can't be given any pain medications when he goes under surgery.
Right.
You know what I mean? He can't. So when the last time he had surgery, the doctor gave him something to bite on, and he said, don't worry, you're gonna pass out from the pain, and then everything will be fine. And he said, and so his name's Garrett, and he's like, they can't give me, they cannot give him any intravenous pain medication. And he said, The pain, he said, once they started putting the knife into his like body to cut him open, he said he passed out. He said,
damn.
yeah. Like, in other words, he was being sliced open without any pain medication. And the doctor said, and the doctor told him, like, medically, your body will shut down. Don't worry about it. He goes, and they gave him like something to bite on so he wouldn't chip his teeth. And he said, he goes, it's going to be extremely painful and your body's going to just shut you off. Like it's a way for your body to protect you from severe pain.
I can relate to that because Sunday I was making some breakfast for everybody at the house here. It was blueberry pancakes, if you need to know, and some bacon. And the bacon was, you got to crisp up that bacon so the bacon grease is, just doing its dance on the tray. And I pulled the tray out, and I got a couple fucking splatters of bacon grease on my face, man. I was out of my mind in pain, just like that guy.
So you must have some marks then.
Well, Ron, you're lucky you don't have kids. Although, oh wait, you don't have kids. Do you have a cat?
I have a fern.
All right, you have a fern. You okay? So because if you don't have kids, I don't think you're allowed to vote for Trump. I think that's what JD Vance told everybody. Like, I know he said cat lady and stuff without kids, but I think he's talking about everyone that doesn't have kids. They don't want you in the Republican Party, Ron. Sorry.
I'm a crazy cat. I'm not a crazy cat lady. What am I? A crazy cat guy? Would that be the term?
Did you say guy? Can I put that in quotes, Ron?
Did I use the wrong pronoun?
Who knows? What are your pronouns? I get mad when people ask me my pronouns. I actually do get mad at that. Yeah, I do. Because it's like first of all, I'm just a guy, and stop trying to define it further. I'm just a guy. I actually do get mad at that because it's like
that. So that's a new thing now. When you audition now, when you audition, it's called slating. Now, slating is a standard practice. Before you audition for the casting directors, you have to say your name. You have to say your height. You have to say the date. The dates that are for the audition. You have to say, yes, I'm available for those dates. You have to say, yes, I do live in New York City. And here's the thing that's been added now that you have to say. Yeah. You have to give your fucking pronouns. So you have to say yes, hi, and you have to say hi, and I'm a he/him.
Look, man, I don't care.
I don't understand why you have to do that. Like, I don't understand why you have to give your pronouns when you audition. Like,
it's like the world has become stupid. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care what you are, as long as you don't touch me.
Yeah, I mean, but like, let me get, like, for example, this is why I think it's absurd. Like, remember Dustin Hoffman did a movie called Tootsie where in the entire movie he was like, he played a woman like sexually in drag. So why would the pronoun apply to him? It's so stupid. Right. What difference does it make? You're an actor. Right. You don't have to be gay to play gay. You don't have to be straight to play straight.
Well, no. That's wow. Now you're getting into some. Finally, you came up with something interesting. You were boring me to tears here today. I'm kidding, man. I hate to say I have to be whatever, but the Hollywood thing, like I did some acting in high school, nothing crazy, and a little bit after high school, nothing to brag about, to be honest with you, but I was in that world a little bit. And the whole thing about acting is you're playing a role that's not you. And then Hollywood somewhere bastardized that thing. And now if there's a gay role, they're only auditioning gay actors. This is the stupidest thing ever. That goes against what acting is.
Shakespeare, all the female characters in Shakespeare were played by men, for Christ's sakes. Yeah. I mean, give me a break.
And Shakespeare wasn't a person, right? I think supposedly it was a group of people and they went under the name Shakespeare.
I've never heard that before.
Oh.
What are you talking about? There's a statue of William Shakespeare in England. What do you mean? From his hometown.
Oh, you believe your history, Ron? You believe in all your history, do you?
Yeah, just like Jennifer.
Don't get me started with that egg brain. She's beautiful, but she's got an egg brain. Her brain is like this big with her knowledge, her stupid knowledge. Anyway, to get back to your point, your question about the bacon splatter, you said, well, you must have marks on your face, right? So this is a real thing that did happen. I pulled out the bacon. I just got shot with a ton of bacon grease. One definitely went in my eyeball. It still hurts. But so I go to my daughter. Man, you're lucky you don't have kids because they are honest, Ron. They are honest. So I go to my daughter. I'm like, how does my face look? I feel like I got some bacon splatter. She pointed out 10 things that were wrong with my face that had nothing to do with the bacon splatter. I'm like, never mind. Never mind.
Sounds like you went to the dermatologist as well.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, you know why we haven't found life in the universe yet?
Why is that?
Well, do you know what a light year is?
Yeah.
So you have to be at the speed of light and you go a year, right? And and at that point, you could go pretty damn far. Supposedly, 1 light year second, I think you could go around Earth 3 times. I think something like that, and you could be at the moon in within a minute. You could be first
of all, you could be at the
Mars. If you could travel the speed of light, you could be there in a half hour, something like that. Here's the problem with the universe. People don't understand what, Ron? What?
No, I was going to say, if the sun went out right now, we wouldn't know for 8 minutes because that's how long light takes from. Thank you. Thank you.
I know that one. I know that one.
Thank you. Thank you.
But people don't understand how big this stupid universe is. So we got the Milky Way, right? And everyone's like, well, why haven't we found life out there yet? Because it is so massively ridiculous out there that even if you traveled by the speed of light, they say it would take 200,000 years at the speed of light. So you got a rocket, right? They figured out that it could travel as fast as the speed of light. It would take 200,000 years to cross only the Milky Way.
Yeah. I don't think people, you're right. I don't think people can wrap their heads around exactly how massive the entire universe is. I honestly, our little brains can't handle it.
Is your job just to repeat exactly what I said 30 seconds later?
I'm your wingman. You know what they said is there's another, I think they call it dark matter. There is a force that is pulling the universes apart. The universes and the planets are accelerating to the point where they're going to reach the speed of light as well. And then we won't even be able to catch up to other universes. And the scientists are, what is the force that is pulling the universes apart, creating this tremendous speed, whereas the universes, the Milky Way galaxy, at some point will reach the speed of light. And what is pulling the Milky Way galaxy? They call it dark matter because they don't know, but they say that 90% of the matter in the universe hasn't been identified yet. That's kind of spooky shit right there.
Of course, there's so much life out there, but the technology is such we'll never get to pretty much all of it.
First of all, they're here already.
Doug says they travel instantaneously, and the speed of light isn't the limit anyways. Galaxy spirals go faster. I've never heard of galaxy spirals before, Doug. Thank you very much.
All galaxy spiral.
Ron, is it true? We got some. Well, as Ron and Fez used to say, a spy report coming in. Spy report. Ron once got a handy while riding the scrambler at the state fair. Is that true, Ron?
No, I've never got a handy at a state fair.
Why? What? Why? You a little funny?
Funny? No, I believe me, I would take it. It's just never been offered. I've never been offered a handy at a state fair.
All right, fair enough.
I was at the dentist's office once. No.
Doug said you've seen galaxy spirals. Okay, I don't know. And this guy's saying your face is a disgrace. This face is a disgrace. Are you kidding me? You're trying too hard.
No.
What do we do with the people that try too hard, Ron? You want to guess?
You block them. You block them.
They're gone.
Don't be so desperate.
His face is beautiful, and I'm an older gentleman, and it's still hanging in there.
And I'm going to bring back a word for you. You douche. You're a douchebag.
Oh, douche.
That used to be a word back in the day.
It was, Ron. It was absolutely the word. Wow. I'm trying to think. Oh, you wanted to tell me. Why don't we wrap up with this, Ron?
Yeah.
You were telling me off camera.
Yeah.
That you were going to talk about why you haven't talked to your mom in 3 years.
So, and I think, like, do we have something in common? Like, are you not speaking to your mother as well?
I haven't talked to my mom. I lost track. 6 years,
Really?
probably. This time.
Wow.
And I've only talked to her a few
This time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I come from a family. If we have a little issue, we don't talk to each other for years.
Is that like an Irish Catholic thing?
I
What is
don't
that?
know what it is, Ron.
What the fuck is that?
I
Good
think
Lord.
we learned it from our mama. My mama had a problem with everybody, so I think we learned that from my mama. But in my world, a little issue means, I'm not talking to you for the whole decade.
Is it just you or your siblings as well do the same?
Well, I try not to bring them into the discussion that much because they're private people. But in general, yes,
Okay.
it's a thing. It's a thing in the family, sure.
Before I go into my story, which just remind when I said Irish Catholics or this, Freud said the only people impenetrable to therapy were the Irish Catholics.
I like that.
You ever heard that? It's true. He said the Irish are impenetrable. He goes, it doesn't work. Therapy doesn't work on the Irish. So anyways, this is why first of all, my mother's fucking crazy. I don't want people to think, oh, you ungrateful piece of shit. My mother took off when I was 7. My mother ran off with another woman. So let's just frame that.
Right.
So this is during COVID. Like we're I would say we're 2/3 through COVID. We're kind of getting near the end of COVID, but hey, we're on the waiter, right? How did we meet, Opie? I was working at Pete's Tavern. Well, what happened during COVID? All the restaurants were closed. Right. But I am getting, I'm getting that COVID emergency unemployment money that every American got, but it wasn't. So, anyways, I needed to get a job because that money was running out. Now guess you know the term cottage industry? Like, did you know what that term means? Cottage industry?
Ron, yes. Yeah. I want to say thank you to Paul Dean for $10. And then Catfish Hunter writes, your family's like dandelion seeds.
Okay, so anyways.
Why is your audio like messing up all of a sudden? What you do? Did you fiddle about over there in Astoria? You touched something, didn't you?
Hold on.
You touched something, Ron. You're self-sabotaging, Ron.
Don't you worry.
All right, you're back. You're back.
No, but it's the audio. Can you hear me? Oh, here we go. Watch this.
Can you hear me?
Watch this.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ron?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
There we go. We're back.
I can't hear you, Ron.
I can hear you perfectly. What are you talking about?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Ron, I can't hear you.
All right, hold on. Don't you worry.
All right, I can't hear you, Ron.
Hold on.
All right. Ron, I can't hear you. Rod, are you there? Rod?
Hold on.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Rod. I can't hear you. I heard him the whole time. I gotta go. That's a little tease, though. Ron's gonna talk about on the next time we do this. why he hasn't talked to his mom in 3 years. Okay, we'll do that next time. I gotta go. These are quick now. These are like 45 minutes in and out, and then we go about our days. If you gave me a few bucks, you didn't. So maybe I'll be on it. No, you guys did all right today, actually. Thank you for the pocket money. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Yeah. How about you download the latest episode of my other podcast, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie? That would be very, very nice. Ron, you there?
Yes. Are we good?
Ron?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes, I hear you. Opie, can you hear me?
Ron, I can't hear you, Ron.
It's on your end. I'm good. I can hear you. I can hear you.
What do the thumbs up mean?
I can hear you.
Two in the stink?
Yeah.
What's the thumbs up? Two, and the thumb. Are you a thumb guy? Do you thumb?
Opie, you can't hear me, really?
Ron,
you can't hear me?
Give me a thumbs up if you thumb. You thumb? You thumb. He thumbs, everybody. He thumbs. All right, later, guys. Bye. I gotta go.